When I first heard about this news a year ago, I never believed it.
A 74-year-old woman and her 79-year-old husband became celebrity figures of sorts last year when the couple got the tag of the oldest new parents. For Mangayamma and Raja Rao, it was a dream come true. Sadly, Raja Rao survived just enough to witness his dream turn 1 year. After a low-key birthday celebration of the twins, he passed away last month, leaving the onus of bringing up the children on his wife and mother-in-law, who is also a widow. With a little help from neighbors, relatives and also villagers, the two women have been raising the babies. Mangayamma, who belongs to a village in Andhra Pradesh, got married to Raja Rao when she was just 14. After the wedding, Raja Rao shifted from his ancestral village to settle down in his wife's native place. The couple's lives revolved around temples and doctors. The couple not just faced mounting pressure from family but also from the society to have children. After 5 decades of running around, the couple decided to try their luck with a doctor, S. Uma Shankar of Ahalya Nursing Home in Guntur. Fortunately for Mangayamma and Raja Rao, the results were encouraging, and the doctors started the treatment. According to the villagers, Raja Rao was so keen on experiencing fatherhood that he leased out his agricultural lands and shifted to Guntur. The couple were housed inside the hospital for almost 12 months, covering the entire period of treatment and pregnancy. They got lucky as their first cycle of the treatment had positive results. According to Mangayamma, most of the other patients were around 30 or 35 years and they used to cry or get scared to take injections. They would ask her how she was so fearless during the treatment. Some of them even wished that they were like her. Even the doctor was pleased with her conduct during the treatment. In Mangayamma's own words, being pregnant at the age of 74 did not feel any tough and there were no health issues.
It was extensively covered by the local media, by the national media and even the media, the global media outlets. A year later, when the twins turned 1, we decided to follow up the story. We tracked the family to their native village in Andhra Pradesh. It's called Nelapartipadu, which is in a coastal district, East Godavari district. Before we traveled, we inquired a bit and we got to know that the husband had died just days after the twins had turned 1. It was quite a surprise and also shocking. Even then, we decided to go ahead, expecting a sob story in the village. We sat down to talk to the lady, and it was quite surprising because she looked very confident about bringing up the kids. More confident than her was her mother, Tulsi Amma, who is 90 years old, more than 90 years old, and we learned that she was the one who was actually taking care of these twins. So these two ladies and the twins' daughters are living in that house. And whenever I tried to ask Mangayamma about the future of the twins, or whether she's worried, whether she's concerned about her age, or how, who will take care of them if any untoward thing happens, she looked very confident. She looked unfazed. She looked like she was well in control. And when we stayed there for a few more hours, we spent some time there, then we realized where is this confidence coming from.
A lot was written about the couple and the in vitro fertilization procedure that they opted for to bear children at the time. All they wanted was one child, and the couple were blessed with two beautiful girls, Rama Tulasi and Uma Tulasi. But things were not so rosy post the delivery. The hospital authorities kept the Tulasi sisters under observation for almost 3 months, and during that time the couple were provided accommodation inside the hospital premises. During this time, there was a sudden spate of negative reports and publicity surrounding the case as health experts questioned the ethical stand of the doctor and the parents. At around the same time, Raja Rao also fell ill and had to be treated, giving a scare to the family members. 3 months after the birth, the babies were handed over to the parents upon attaining a desirable weight. Even then, Raja Rao and Mangayamma were advised to stay close to the hospital, and they spent the next 3 months in a rented house close to it. A total of 1.5 years was spent in the same hospital with the same set of doctors. The life of Mangayamma and Raja Rao did not go exactly as planned in the last few months. The wife has been bereaved. She moved to a new house, and her biggest support to raise the kids now is her 90-year-old mother. Raja Rao was around 80 when he died last month. He was in a way responsible for making the village famous globally. His relatives remember him as a doting father who loved his new role as a parent to the twins. Probably this love for his daughters may have costed him his life. One day, he complained of chest pain and uneasiness. He was reluctant to consult the doctor. When taken to the hospital, the doctor advised him to get admitted immediately. But Raja Rao was against the idea of spending time in the hospital as he feared he would contract the virus. He was also concerned that his daughters would catch the infection from him. So he went back to his house and stayed indoors. Raja Rao passed away soon after due to heart attack. According to his close friend Subba Rao, the previous 4 deaths in the village had its impact on Rao. He was under stress. A former president of the village and his wife had died due to coronavirus related complications. He was worried he would meet the same fate, leaving his children orphaned.
After Raja Rao passed away, a villager named Trimurtulu was taking care of the family, getting them medicines, essential items or help of any kind. Similarly, during the daytime, when we were there, we saw that the kids from the neighborhood would come and play with them, engage these kids, these twins, and take them out or play with them or even feed them. And then there were women from the village who would come and ask them if they needed any help or if they're and also spend some time with them. So it looked like they had a great support in the village.
Mangayamma's day starts at 4 in the morning. As she goes about her daily chores, even before the crack of dawn, her mother engages the babies once they wake up. They take turns to be with the girls until a maid comes in the morning to apply oil and give them a bath. Milk made from prescribed milk powder is fed to the twins as the mother is not lactating owing to old age. Afternoon hours are spent introducing rice to them. During the daytime, it is the responsibility of the kids from the neighborhood to play and handle the babies, while some relatives make their way in to extend some help to the women. In the evening, milk made from artificial powder is once again fed to the Tulasi sisters before the lights go off at 8. Some of the extraordinary traits of the twins have surprised the villagers. According to the neighbors and relatives, the twins started walking without any support within 1 year, which is considered rare. They also started speaking quite early.
And the kids also super active. They're super active. A little more than a year they started walking, talking, and they're not scared of newcomers.
Full of life. So and also one very interesting part of it was that they didn't cry. I mean, the entire day we spent there, we did not see them in a grumpy mood or even cry or nag, and we got to know that they're very social. They mingle with all the villagers, and they play with the villagers. They go out with them, and they even recognize them.
And it's true.
It's true, at least in this context, that it takes a village to raise twins.
As for Mangayamma, she is seen as a beacon of hope by several childless couples. Young women who aspire to have children through artificial methods approach Mangayamma for blessings. Surely she has proved that age is just a number, but there are concerns pertaining to the future of the girls. The villagers, however, brush it off and say the girls are their responsibility. But isn't blood thicker than water?